a lot of people, one thing I can say about Kelly is Kaylee, she is not afraid of investing in herself,
No,
and she has the highest belief because the two events that I was at, she had the best ticket in the front row, which just says a lot. And there's something to be said about being at the front of the classroom, but being at the front of an event, those tickets ain't cheap. And being a new agent, right? That just goes to show that this person is dedicated, willing to invest in themselves, and looking for the details of success. So let's talk through that, right? Where does that come from? That part of you that's like, I want to be in the front. I want to do what the successful people have. Where's that drive come from for you?
and you can hear me all right. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
outdoors.
yeah,
I
you're
work
good.
outside.
Yeah,
So, that investment side, I mean, from the time I was a little girl, I've never been afraid to just learn and grow. Very open minded to, how can I get better? The investment side, I think, really started when I moved away from home. Being 18, 17 at the time, going on 18, having like no background. I was going to school at the time, University of Arlington in Texas, and I realized that wasn't my calling. So I was looking at other avenues as to, like, what's going to create the success, the wealth, the financial independence. Like, I know it's out there. And so at the time I saw like a high ticket package course, learning how to close, learning how to sell. And so me being 17 years old, this program, like, at the time costed, I think, like $8,000, money that I a broke college student, funding my apartment and my food, and did not have. But the closer was really good at like helping me see, like, this is just money now. The money that you're going to be making in the future, if you really are going to be a self-made millionaire before 25, $8,000 is nothing.
yeah,
So I think at that point my mind pivoted to completely like, I am worth any money thrown my direction because I am going to make it. So
yes.
from there, I just use that same mentality in, spending into leads, spending into coaching, consulting, spending into events. And like, I'm not afraid of that investment because I know my worth and I know I'm going to make it. So this money now, why am I going to hold on to it? It's supposed to take me to the next level.
Right? And I know everybody's talking about they got the best leads and like this and that. I was like, yeah, sure. All right, well, check these out and then we'll see how this goes. So let's just talk about day one. Like, what was that like? You got the sheet, but what was it like when you got that first auto booked appointment?
Man, okay, so I was actually, we connected, and I was right in the transition of getting ready to leave from Dallas, right, Texas, and I was moving in the process to Honolulu. So when we connected, like, I was so eager to get started, but I was like, okay, just hold on, like 3 more days, and you're gonna be moved in home. And so once I got home and my calendar, I set my office up, and I like looked at my calendar, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I need to take my business to the level. Like, I need activity. I needed that massive activity, right? And so once I got settled in, saw my calendar, I think I was just more so excited, like, to get started. And then obviously hitting the phones, my calendar, like, I posted it on my story, and people were sliding up like, bro, what are you using? Like, what is that? I was like, Arturo is a beast. But and yeah, yeah. And so let's not forget about the lead quality in general. I mean, I've worked a few different types of leads, symmetry level, like, wide range. And I mean, if that you want me to get into that, like,
Yeah.
those are quality.
Yeah,
Those
let's
are
let's let's
those
start
are
there.
like,
That's a good point. Go ahead and talk about the quality.
okay. And there's gonna be noise out.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the you can still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It muffles everything out. You're good. Just keep going.
Okay, sorry about that. And so the quality, I mean, get started, pick up the phone. Hey, this is Kaylee Grace. I'm getting back to you about that request you had made for the Index Universal Life program. You saw here that you wanted to build that generational wealth or the tax-free savings, whatever they had put. And they're like, oh yeah, 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 okay. Like, they were ready, they knew what they wanted. What they did their research before. They were able to kind of help me navigate on where I was going to lead the call, and it sounded like they did their homework on the product. So I mean, I would just explain it as a financial perspective, like a financial advisor perspective. uh, but they sincerely, like, wanted to generate wealth or wanted to set up college funds for their grandkids. Like, So all you have to do really is you're not persuading the client. You're not trying to force them that they need life insurance or
Right.
explain why they need it, to help them see the value. Like really sincerely, you're educating them. And I love that because I love life insurance and I love all that we, offer, but sometimes people just don't see. And all of these leads, I mean, they see the value in it, and it's really just educating them moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. So, and I say this all the time, is because agents don't, get burnt out of doing the business, because agents like you, they love being in the business. They get burnt out on wasting their time trying to convince people that have the need that they actually need this, and then having to wrestle between things that they don't need, that's not going to set them up for generational wealth, for something that they actually need, or something that they want for something that they need. So what is it
Yeah.
like to have conversations, right? Doesn't it make you feel a little bit more excited when you know, like, today's going to be a good day, which you always post anyway, but today's going to be a really good day because you know you have leads to call that are like, yes, I'm looking for this, and you got a calendar booked full of people. I think you had, what was it, like 24, 25 or something like that?
Yeah, like 32 by the end of today, like because people book more on my calendar, and then
Wait,
going
what?
on
Hold
to
on, hold on, hold on. Wait, what? More people booked?
more people booked. I was on 5 hours behind Central Time, right? So my day starts at 5 o'clock, and I'm like running appointments 5 a.m. already, Hawaii time. And I like saw right when I was heading off to bed last night. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get an earlier day. I got a 4:30 in the morning. Um, so
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I leave my calendar open, and the nice thing is I can control it, right? So if I wanted to take like yesterday a beach day off, whatever, like it works around my calendar, um, and so I love that side of things too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, more people booked, and I've got a busy day today, meeting with more people, so I love it.
Yeah, for sure. So I won't keep you too much longer, but I want to. I really want to talk about, like making sales is one thing, right, and having a booked calendar is another thing. But I want to talk about the mental and the emotional aspect of having a business where now you feel like a professional, like an expert, like people are coming to you for inquiries for information, as opposed to you having to haggle and wrestle and fight to see people.
Mhm.
What is it like to know exactly what it feels like to be at the top, where you're like, okay, people are coming to me as a trusted advisor and asking me questions, and I've already done their research, and now I don't have to convince people. All I do is
Yeah,
explain away their concerns and educate people as a consultant. What's that feel like?
dude, you just worded that perfectly. I mean, it's confidence. It's like that mentality of walking into each of your day now, where it's like I am, and also it's gonna make you. Let me backtrack. It's gonna make you push more to do your research and really know what you're talking about, because you can, say that you're a financial advisor, but if you haven't like done the studying on like what's the benefits on an IUL, and like you want to make sure that you're doing all of the necessary like investments into yourself and putting that time, so you know how to best assist your clients. So that's the first part. It's going to make you like, it's going to push you to keep learning and growing. But the confidence walking into all of my days, I mean, I'm already a very happy and excited person every day, right? But to see my calendar and to know that all of these clients sincerely want my help, I mean, it gives me that like that burning sensation to like, here's the next person. How can I help you? And then here's the next person. How can I help you? And really just being that helper that I think subconsciously I always am, but knowing that I have the ability to really, really educate these people on something that they don't know about, but they're curious about, like that's awesome because I'm spending so much way less time. Hey, book an appointment with me. Like, hey, this is why you need this, and this is like, I eliminated all of that, and I'm really just like, this is the benefits for this, and this is the benefits for this. Which one do you want? And it's like done.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, my production hours have, just within this week alone, I started tracking like what's money producing activity that I'm generating, and like it looks
Yeah,
good.
skyrocket. It's funny because you don't have
Yeah,
time to do anything else. It's like I don't have anything else to do. I got appointments to
I know
call, and
you
then
were right.
I talk to somebody that's excited. I'm like, yeah, if you want to go to the next level, I'm like, this is a 40-hour work week for somebody that's
Yep,
crushing it, right? And so,
absolutely.
and I think people hear me say it, and so that's why I'm glad you were able to hop on here. And I guess the last question that I have for you is I've been doing this for 5 years, and I have probably over 100 testimonials of life insurance agents that have calendars booked like yours every single week, and some of them have 10 and 20 appointments back to
Sheesh.
back, where they put them every 15 minutes, which is a whole nother level, like Todd Hausberger, who does 100 grand in a month, and Jeremy Hayes. But I'm curious to you, right? Because some people will watch some of my stuff online, or they'll see some of these videos and they'll be like, man, that sounds too good to be true. So what would you say now to those people that you have experienced it for yourself? What would you say to those people that may be kind of on the fence and kind of skeptical about your experience?
I would say first, Arturo, you were a blessing. Like I think everything happens for a reason, as it should, exactly when it should. Like you and I sitting next to each other at 8% was, godsend. Everything happens with purpose, because at that time, like my business was at a, me personally, my personal production was like at a plateau of like, I know there's another level at me, for me. Like there's the, this is too small. I'm thinking way too small. I'm producing too small, but how can I get to that next level? And then, I was like, okay, I'm moving home. Like I need to, what is it? Like, and I was, at my vision board, and I was at my, trying to find that next level. And then when we had scheduled that call, like, oh my gosh, you 10x my vision, like opened my eyes. I mean, what I saw was potential for me maybe in 3 4 5 years from now. You plunge that down to like the end of this year. Like, come on, Kaylee, get your butt off, like get off your butt, like you can do it. And so just that alone, like that call that we had, 30 40 however long it was, it felt like it was, it flew by. But just that alone is like value worth millions, like right there. And so I think if you are at that, like yes or no, yes or no, first, don't be afraid to make that investment into your business, like coming from a girl who loves to make investments. Second, like, bro, you got to just hit the next level. And I truly believe like this is it, like a fully booked calendar. If you're not in business, if you're not talking to anyone, you're not in business for yourself when it comes to like this industry. The minute you stop talking to people, like you are unemployed. So why not have a calendar booked out completely, 40 hours a week, like talking to people who are eager to know more about life insurance, and all you have to do is simply educate them. Like it's a win-win-win, like, and you produce. And so I think that would be my cherry on top to why you should really take it serious and look into Arturo. And just I'm super grateful we connected, and I love it, and we are lifelong partners.
For sure.